All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Back at it with another throwback tunes on another Thursday. And today's date is 7/11. So if they're open, and still have any left, go to a nearest 7-Eleven, get yourself a free slush, assuming they still doing that thing. But yeah, let's get that out the way. Now we're gonna review something different to some degree. Well, it's different from me personally. And that is a Juelz Santana album. So I'm reviewing his second and, can you believe it, his last album, which is called What the Game's Been Missing. So here's the deal with this joint. So this joint came out November 22nd, 2005 on Diplomat Records and Def Jam Recordings. And it's weird because one part says that this was also on the Roc-A-Fella, but the part where I'm looking at does not mention Roc-A-Fella as a part of this album at all. Not to mention, none of the feature artists are from Roc-A-Fella. So yeah, there you go with that. All right, now let's take a look at the producers involved here. So we got Shotty, aka Shotty. So Shotty, S-H-O-D-D-Y, aka S-H-O-T-T-I-E. Terrence Anderson, Cliff Carlson, Chaos in Order, 50, Ebonics, Heatmakers, what is he at the end? DJ Infamous, Darren Joseph, Justice League, y'all should know about Justice League, DJ Nasty and LVM, whoever that is. This is my first time hearing about them. Mayhem, Soul Sizzle, Street Runner, Develop, and Neo the Matrix. Okay, so let's see. Did not mention exactly when this album was recorded, but obviously came out November 26, 2005. So and his last one came out, the one before this one came out 2003. So I'm assuming between 2003 2005, obviously, that's when this album was recorded. So a little bit of background info with this album. So basically, in an interview with Hip Hop Canada, Juelz Santana remarked that his approach to the making of this album was different from his other albums. Technically, he only had one other studio album. Everything else was like mixtapes and compilation albums. So yeah, there you go with that. But let's move on. Basically, he said that the amount of effort and work he was able to contribute to it, saying, and I quote here, "I'm definitely going to say that I like this album the best, mainly because I got to work on it and I got to grow with it. I took care of a lot of things on it, and not to say that my other albums were not good, but I just got to put more work into the making of this one." So, oh wow, check this out. Originally, 160 songs were recorded for the album, taking over a year to make. He described the process as, quote, "learning how to ride a bike," end quote, asserting to the fact that the basis of the album developed deeper into production. The album was also influenced by the 1994 film Fresh. In the song Little Boy Fresh, he loosely summarized the story from beginning to end. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's see. Let's look at the certifications rather. This album got platinum in the US, and it was number 9 on the US Billboard 200 and number 1 on the US Top R&B/Hip Hop Albums chart. All right, so there's our grand total of 22 tracks on this album, and if memory serves me correctly, I believe there was only one skit. Yeah, there's only one skit, which was the intro. Everything else is a track or songs rather. I mean, I can give you guys the top 5 and not the top 3. All right, so let me name to you guys the tracks real quick. So the first track is the same name as the album. What's the Game Been Missing? But in parentheses, we got intro / skit. And yeah, that's in parentheses. All right, track number 2 is called Rumble, Young Man, Rumble, followed by Oh Yes. Track number 4 is called Shootas, S-H-O-T-T, or Shotas rather, S-H-O-T-T-A-S, featuring Cameron and Sizzla. Track number 5 is called Clockwork, one of the 4 singles from this album. Track number 6 is called Kill 'Em, featuring Cameron. Track number 7 is called This Is Me, followed by Make It Work For You, featuring Young Jeezy and Lil Wayne. Track number 9 is called Whatever You Wanna Call It, the letter U, and then Wanna, W-A-N-N-A, and that features Hell Rail. Track number 10 is called Gangster, no ER with the A at the end, Gangster Shit, followed by Little Boy Fresh. I briefly talked about that for a second. Track number 12 is called Good Times. Okay, no, but seriously, it does call Good Times. They did not use that sample, by the way. Track number 13 is called Freaky, followed by Mudder, no ER with the A at the end on both Mudders. Featuring Cameron. Track number 15 is called Gone, followed by Kid Is Back. Track number 17 is called Changes, featuring Waza, how you pronounce the joint? Track number 18 is called I Am Crack, followed by track number 19, There It Goes, and in parentheses, the Whistle song. Y'all, like, a few of you may know that song. That's actually one of the 3 singles for real. Track number 20 is called Violence, followed by Daddy. I crap you not. That's the name of the track, Daddy. And then track number 22 called My Check. Again, none of you guys should know that one's real. That was actually the first single released. Actually, wait a minute. Ooh, whoa. There's a single. Wow, okay. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to deep into that because I said there was 4 singles, but only 3 of them came from this album. So that's very interesting. All right, so let's take a look at this. So we're gonna start off with My Check. So this joint came out December 23rd, 2004. So like 2 days before Christmas. And if memory serves me correctly, I believe there is a music video for this song. If memory serves me correctly, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I want to say that there was a music video for this song. It did make the charts though. It was 76 on US Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts, and the song samples the Roots Mural theme by Quincy Jones. All right, the second single rather off this album is called There It Goes, the Whistle song. So yeah, this is the one right here. So obviously there's a music video for this right here. This joint came out May 29, 2005. All right, and the song was also featured in the film The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. So basically part 3 in that movie. But the interesting thing was it was not featured in the soundtrack. Interesting. So, and here's the thing, and I'm gonna talk about this later on as I review each song. A recognizable aspect of the song is the whistling that occurs during the chorus. The song does not have any melody, only the drums, the kicks and the claps, and percussions, whistles, shakes, and cowbells. So very interesting right there. All right, and it did make the charts. Okay, so it was 33rd out in Australia, 7th in Finland, 72nd in Germany, 46th in the Irish singles charts, 29th in New Zealand, 47th in the UK singles charts, number 6 in the US Billboard Hot 100, 13th on both the US Billboard Pop 100 and the US Billboard Mainstream Top 40. It was 8th on the US Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts, and number 3 in the US Billboard Hot Rap Track Songs. So apparently there was another version of this song. So American Singles, John Hart released a single called Whistle, featuring Too Short, in August of last year, which heavily samples both the Whistle song and Too Short song Freaky Tales. A remix of the song featuring Santana was later released in November of last year. So that's interesting. I did not know that at all. All right, so, and here's where things going to get very interesting. So, they got a little bit of info on Oh Yes, which apparently they calling that the 3rd single. So, when I said Make It For You, apparently that's not the 3rd single. Apparently Oh Yes is the 3rd single. And that joint came out January 5th, 2006. I have no clue there was a music video for that or not, but I'm going to say no. But it did make the charts. It was 56 on the US Billboard Hot 100, 15th on the US Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts, number 8th on the US Billboard Hot R&B, Hot Rap Tracks rather, 29th on the US Billboard Whitman Top 40, and 100th on the US Billboard Pop 100, which is pretty interesting if I do say so myself. It's kind of funny actually. All right, so now we can move on to the 4th and final single. Oh, actually, before I move on, I'm gonna get back to the Whistle song. There we go. It was actually platinum. The single itself was actually platinum. That's shocking as well. All right, so now let's move on to the 4th and final single rather, which is called Clockwork. So this joint came out February 2006, and I know for a fact this does have a music video because I seen it earlier today. Where I didn't click on it and watched it, but I seen that there was it had a music video, and it did make the charts. It was 68th on the US Billboard Hot R&B/Hip Hop Songs charts. All right, so with all that out the way, now let's get into my favorite tracks off this album from worst to first. All right, so Clockwork, ironically enough, I was just talking about that, is the worst song off this album. The snare's a big weak. The kick is cool though. It have a Sith-like bass, and the melody is cool. But overall the track is cool, but it's still the worst track off this album. Next up, Kid Is Back. The melody is straight. The 808s are cool. The snare is alright. Hi-hats are cool. The kid singing the hook is cool to some degree. Overall the track is cool. Next up is Gangsta Shit. The tempo is cool, melody is straight, as is the 808. The clap/snare combo is really cool. Shake is cool. Overall the track is cool. Next up is Freaky. The melody is lackluster but straight. The kick / 808 is cool. The clap rather is cool. Tempo is cool. Overall, the track is cool. Next up is changes. Melody is alright. Bass is cool, as is the kick and the snare. And the track itself is cool as well. Oh yes, is next. The sample is goofy, but obviously because it sampled that one song. But Heatmakers, who produced this track, made it work. The 808 is cool. The snare is really cool, similar to Rumble Young Man Rumble snare. Overall, the track is cool. There we go, the whistle song. The 808 is cool. The kick, however, rather, is weak. The snare is unique but it's cool, and the lack of a melody kind of make this beat lackluster. I never really was feeling it like that, but overall the track is still cool nevertheless. Violence, the melody is cool, the bass is cool, the kick is straight, snare is decent, overall the track is cool. Whatever you want to call it, the melody is cool. I like the toms here, kick is cool rather. The snare is straight, it's just a bit weak. No bass here, lacking something with the melody to make it sound epic. There is some potential with this beat right here. Overall the track is cool. Make it work for you. The 808 is really cool at some parts, but in different parts it sounds muddy. So I guess they used two different 808s in this beat, but yeah. One part, obviously one piece of it was really cool, and the other piece was like, it's just sounding muddy to me. I didn't like it. The melody is cool, and the snare is really cool. The claps are cool. Overall, the track is cool. Next up, Little Boy Fresh. Melody sound cool, but should have been more epic. The tempo is a bit too slow, actually. They need to speed that joint up. More bass was needed. The kick is cool, but could have been better. The snare is cool. It had a lot of potential with this track, but overall, the track is cool. Mic check. The melody is cool. The 808 is cool. Really like the snare. Like the tempo. The track is cool. Mudder. The sample / melody is cool. 808 is cool. Snare is cool. The synth bass is cool. Overall, the track is cool. Daddy. It's semi-mellow right here. This joint right here. The 808, in my opinion, is unnecessary. But the kick is cool. The snare is just straight. Tempo is cool though. Melody is cool. Bass is cool, but need more of it. And overall, the track is cool. Good times! Mostly a mellow out joint. Tempo is cool. Melody is cool. The bass is cool, as is the kick. But I really like the snare here. Overall, the track is cool. And then Rumble Young Man Rumble, the 6th best track off this album. The beat pattern is cool. The bass is really cool, as is the melody. I really like the snare here. The kick is cool. Overall, the track is really cool. Now I'm about to give you guys the top 5 tracks off this album. 5th best track off this album is I Am Cracked. The melody is really cool. It got like this rocky theme in there, obviously. The 808s are really cool, but a bass would have been better here. The kick is really cool. Snare is really cool. Overall, the track is really cool. 4th best track off this album, This Is Me. The beat pattern is really cool. I really like it, as is the bass. I really like the bass. The bass is really cool. Same for the kick, is really cool. The claps are cool, as is the melody. Overall, the track is really cool. The other best track off this album, Shot Us. Tempo is cool. Beat pattern is really cool. Melody is really cool, as is the bass. The kick is cool. The snare is really cool. This track is just really cool, man. All right, 2nd best track off this album, Gone. The melody is really cool, as is the bass. The kick is cool, same with the snare. It sounds epic, and the track is really cool. And of course, the number 1 track off this album is Kill 'Em. The tempo is cool. Melody is really cool, as is the kick. The bass is cool. The snare is kind of really cool. In between cool and really cool with the snare. But that shaker is really cool. The shaker, to me, makes this track without question. And overall, the track is really cool. And in my opinion, it's the best track off this album. Alright, so let me give you guys some professional ratings. All Music gave it 3.5 out of 4 stars. Hip Hop DX gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Did I say 3.5 out of 5 for All Music? I think I did. Okay, moving on. Pitchfork Media gave it 6.9 out of 10. Pop Matters, they gave like these small stars. They gave them 7 out of 10 stars. Rap Review gave it 6.5 out of 10. Rolling Stones gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars. And same with Vibe. So what do I think about this album? Yeah, this is without question. This is 3.5 out of 5. I recommend you download it. And I'm torn to say either you should keep it or you listen to yourself and you decide whether you keep it or not. So it's between that range. Like, there are some good tracks in here. Mic Check. Obviously, if you're a fan of Diplomats and Dipset, you will like Mic Check. And of course, there it goes, the whistle song. Again, I was not really a big fan of that song, but it was cool. It was cool. But they got some really good songs on there. A lot of potential, a few songs has some potential in there. But I'm gonna give it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I recommend you download it. And I don't know what to say after that. Either you keep it or you decide. So yeah, there you go with that. So I'm about to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka the new Steve A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.